The sports you love, the teams you can't live without.
Get a sense of urgency!
This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5 The KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5 The KSL Sports Zone. Win big every Wednesday on the KSL Sports Zone. Coming up tomorrow, you can win tickets to go see Cyndi Lauper on August 14th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. Don't miss Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun Farewell Tour. Get tickets now at livenation.com or listen to the KSL Sports Zone all day on Wednesday for your chance to win. I know we're going to play Jazz Sound. We're going to play Flip and his, exit press conference or press event. We're gonna play that here in 1 second. But Ben, were you over there for Justin before you hustled over here yesterday?
No.
There was media there though when Justin Zanuck spoke. He answered questions, and since we did have the sound, I'm guessing that recording devices and such were allowed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see that Nico Harrison met with a select group of Dallas media members for his first media thing since trading Doncic? And not only was it just a select group.
It was.
Not the Dallas media. No phones or recording devices were allowed.
But it was on the record. That's the weird thing. So I will tell you, I've been a part of these types of groups off the record. You'll bring in 4 or 5 people and say, hey, we're just going to lay out a couple of things just so you guys know what to expect so you can avoid asking X, Y, and Z questions. I've been a part of those in my life. But I think this was an on-the-record, no recording device.
Hope you have a really good memory.
Meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. But isn't that a little bit of what Tom Homo does? Isn't that exactly what Tom Homo does?
No, you can have recording devices.
Can you record it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you couldn't record it. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure you're right.
Well, we've aired it, so somebody recorded it.
Okay. I used my watch.
I've been there, and I recorded it then.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's just a cowardly move. That's all I'm saying. Justin Zanuck is a GM for a team that won 17 games. And you know what he did?
Sat down and talked.
Yeah. At great length, in fact.
Right.
It's what you do.
And the thing is, if you're going to sit down with a reporter or several reporters and talk off the record, it's off the record. And you guys don't know when I've done it.
This is like a media event. This is his first comments, his first
Correct.
time talking since the worst trade.
Right.
And they traded the franchise superstar.
But yeah, you don't announce that you're doing that.
Yes.
You just have it truly off the record. This is not off the record. It's on the record. They're going to talk to him. I'm with you. They've totally whiffed on the PR aspect of it. It's been horrible, and that ownership has greenlit all of this makes me think that the Dallas Mavericks are going to fall apart.
Well, they hired a guy
clearly it's bad ownership
that did not know Steph Curry's name.
Yeah,
and Mark Cuban did that, by the way,
did.
not the new ownership group.
He did.
All right, let's get to Flip. Here's Kyle Filipowski meeting with the media for his exit event.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call these
End of
things
season
anymore.
media availability.
Yeah, whatever. Here it is.
Did anything surprise you about this season?
Yes. Yes, I think I knew it was a long season, but it's a really long season. And there's a lot of things that I've been able to work on because of that, though, with my mentality, my perspective of what to expect. So it was overall, it was a great year, though, with all those surprises, because now I think it's helped me a lot into moving forward for my career.
Do you think that you have a sense of like where your weaknesses are more so than you did when coming into the league?
Absolutely. I had an idea of things I had to work on coming into the league. But now after getting more reps, getting more experience playing against these type of caliber guys every day, I've definitely learned more about myself and things I can work on going into this summer.
What are those?
I mean, just getting stronger for one. That's a big one because the longevity, how long this season is, you're definitely gonna have to need that. And then, just smaller, more detailed things like positioning on defense or getting my feet quicker to be ready to catch and shoot the ball, things like that.
What is the plan for your body? You said get stronger, but are they trying to get you bigger? Are they trying to get you leaner? Like, what's the idea?
We haven't specifically talked about that yet. I'm sure we will be within the next couple of weeks. But my goal is to get stronger, but still stay at a weight that's comfortable for me to be able to move, not like a, under the basket big. So that way I can still, take on more contact, more physicality in games, but still keep that quickness.
Coach has mentioned before that the development of your shot this season is one of the highlights of the year as a scout for them. Is that a highlight of the year for you, and how important was that to be able to fix something like that in the middle of the season?
Yeah, I think that's a big highlight of mine, especially going from college three-point line to NBA, and I think I'm even shooting a better percentage than I was in college. So being able to do that for myself, it's given me a big confidence boost. Just gives me that motivation to keep working hard, keep doing those small things every day, which will help me get to my big goal. And being able to do that in the middle of the season, I didn't really think about it much when I first started doing it, but looking back now, I see how difficult that is and can be. And I think credit to the coaches, Coach Will, Coach Mike, Coach Drew, for helping me out on that, because they work with me every day on my shot and just keeping my mind in a good spot.
How does the coaching staff handle accountability?
So they definitely want us players to hold each other accountable more often, player to player. I think that's going to go a long way moving forward, just in terms of the connectivity of this team and just the success overall. But then also when we're watching film or talking game plan, things like that, just all those things we need to do, just staying together, things like that. Accountability is one of them, and they really emphasize that, just because it's been a hard year and we can't let outside noise affect what we're trying to do inside the gym every day.
Similarly, I believe this is probably the first time you've ever had a losing record in your basketball career. How did you handle that mentally?
Yeah, it was definitely a challenge for sure. Like you said, I did change my perspective, and yes, we have a losing record and we're not making the playoffs, but what can we still do? What can I still do every day to get better and get to our long-term goal with my teammates, my coaches, things like that, in order to still keep progressing for future seasons ahead?
How different is the lifestyle of college basketball versus the NBA, and what have you learned about being a pro in the NBA that you're going to be using for the rest of your career?
Yeah, I think definitely just time management, how responsible you have to be for taking care of yourself. And obviously being on longer road trips, that can definitely be a challenge as well. Just being away from home, you got to find things to still keep yourself occupied, but in a good way to keep challenging yourself and becoming a better person. And whether that's exploring the cities, finding a new book to get into, things like that. So there's definitely a lot of different things you have to take on with being a professional versus college, but I think it's kind of just, I'm getting older. I think it's also just, another step into becoming a man for myself.
And then on the defensive end of the ball on the court, when you watch film of yourself, kind of what is the thing that you see that maybe you want to improve on most, or kind of most sticks out when you kind of plan your work for the offseason? Yeah,
I definitely think just my hands and trying not to keep going for some of those NBA trick plays when they're swiping under and things like that. You definitely learn some new little tricks and whatnot in the NBA. So definitely, just playing good defense without fouling as much, and just being more in the right positions, not letting them get the slot drives or rotating for help defense, at the top of the key, things like that.
Your shooting, you had kind of a slump recently. Did that make it difficult to kind of look back on the work that you did positively?
It definitely, no, it didn't. I think the challenge I'm facing right now is that fatigue of the long NBA season and just trying to push through this last home stretch. And, I'm looking back and I saw how well I was shooting the ball for those, I don't even know how many games that was, but knowing that work I put in and seeing it pay off, it definitely helped me now going through this slump, because I know that it's working. I know that it worked and how good I was shooting the ball. And so just trying to find how to get back to that. I'm looking forward to this offseason being able to do that.
Do you have relationships with Con Malawash and Con Kniffel and Cooper? And so can you extrapolate on those?
I've met them a couple times when they came to visit when I was still at Duke, yeah, but not much was really said. It was just them being there for like a weekend to experience Duke before they got there.
Would you welcome an opportunity to play with them?
I would welcome an opportunity to play with anyone who came here, and obviously if that's one of them, then that's great, but whoever it is, I'm just try to do what's best for the success of this team over time.
Have you learned anything different about being a teammate in the NBA?
I have, and you definitely still need a leader on teams in the NBA, but I don't really see it much as like it is in college, where there's that one or two defined leaders. I think we're all kind of leading in our own separate ways, and however best we do that, whether that's off the court or on the court, but just overall trying to find that connectivity between each other, and kind of like what Coach Will says, just helping each other feed off of our own energy. So if I'm having a down day, trying to feed off of the rest of the team's energy, or vice versa.
Your teammates have spoken so highly of you. I remember at the beginning of the season, JC was like, watch out for Kyle, like he's that one. And even just now, Bryce was just like, his skill level was crazy, and talked about even playing against you. What does it mean to have that support of your teammates?
It's very, I'm very honored by that, just because it's only been 1 year here, and going from where I was this past summer at the beginning of rookie year to where I am now. I put in a lot of hard work, but at the same time, I've gotten through a lot of challenges and obstacles, and I've learned a heck of a lot, and that's credit to those guys. Just the vets with JC and John, Lowry, Colin, but also, like Bryce and Keontae, guys that were rookies just last year, and them helping me kind of knowing what to expect for my rookie season as well. So I learned a lot from each and every one of them, which I'm very grateful for.
Are you prioritizing any one specific offensive skill that you're trying to maximize going in here too?
No, I'm not, to be honest. I think I'm just, what's made me such a unique player is my all-around skill set, and that's what I want to maintain and just take to another level altogether, whether that's my three-point shot or now switching and posting up a small and finding some go-to moves in the paint or at the elbow, things like that. So just trying to maintain all that and find those little things I can improve on from different parts of the floor.
Are you planning on being here mostly this summer?
I am, yes. Yeah.
Would you do summer league again?
I would, if that's something that me and my coaches, front office, whoever talk about, and that's something that we think should happen, I'm going to be all for it.
There you go. That's Kyle Filipowski. He made huge strides this year, more than I thought. You asked him the question about getting bigger, smaller, and he kind of at least said they haven't talked about that.
I thought it was interesting because it kind of blended what you and I had both said, which is he's got to get a lot stronger. He said he's not trying to add weight. He wants to play more on the perimeter, I think.
Yeah.
He said he's not going to be an under the basket big, and I think that's probably best for his career. But he's got to figure out how to move his feet.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Yeah, and he moves his feet well. Will Hardy critiqued his defense. We'll let you hear that quote coming up next. He said he's got to do his defense earlier, which I thought was really good analysis. It's not that he can't do it. It's that when you're 7 feet tall in high school or college, everyone's small. You can do your work late because you can just block their shot last second. Like, go defend a 9th grader right now, 12-year-old right now. Yeah, they can drive all the way to the basket. You don't have to put a body on them, and then as soon as they shoot, you block it. That's honestly probably what he's been able to do a lot of stops along his career. At this point, the NBA is too good, so he's going to have to figure out some of those things now, earlier in his decision-making.
All right, we will get to some more cuts from the Jazz as they wrapped up the season and all the media availability. We'll do that coming up next here on Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
This is DJ and PK.
In college at San Diego State, a guy texts in, my neighbors the U's thought about naming their son after Marshall Faulk. Thought about it? Why didn't they do it?
You're not catching on, Dave. What's their last name? You're just so
yeah,
naive
you're right.
here.
Yeah. Well, I was going for Marshall U.
No.
Oh, I got it now. Sorry. My bad.
You're so freaking naive, Dave.
This is why we love you.
You're not exactly a street smart guy.
Marshall U's not that bad.
No. I think it's more the last
So you really
name.
like the Thunder and Her, do you?
Catch DJ and PK mornings from 6 to 10 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Who's got it better than us? No!